Hello there. So what are we watching today? Well, we're going to watch The Red Shoes from 1948. Powell and Pressberger. I don't know too much about it, but I think it's Martin Scorsese's favourite film of all time or something. I think it's like a technicolour British film, and I think it revolves around these red shoes that, like, when you wear them, you have to. It makes you dance to death or something like that. That's roughly what I know. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. So I wonder if it was any influence on the Wizard of Oz. No, never mind.
Hello? Anybody home?
So why have I chosen this? Well, obviously I want to work my way through some classic films that I haven't seen yet. I'm a film buff, but I mean, you can't watch every single film. There just isn't enough time in the day. But yeah, going to check out The Red Shoes. If you like what you see, subscribe, like, sign up to alerts, blah, 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 all the YouTube stuff. If you want to see the full-length reaction, you can go to my Patreon, Movies and Coffee. So yeah, let's check out The Red Shoes. The old gong. For some reason that reminds me of The Avengers, I don't know why. Moira Shearer, wasn't she in Twin Peaks? It's probably someone else. But I don't recognise anyone else on that list. Oh, so it's based on a Hans Christian Andersen story. Technicolour. You know you're in for a good time when you see Technicolour. Jack Cardiff, I know, is like one of the best cinematographers in the business, or was. The only other film of Powell and Pressberger's I've seen is A Matter of Life and Death, which I remember was quite good.
All right, let him in.
Oh, it's Black Friday. Gotta get them TVs.
Road the 600!
Careful, you're gonna go over the side in a minute. Jesus.
You're sitting on my cloak.
Who has a cloak? That's what I do in the mornings when it's cold. That's also what I wear, so.
Old Palmer's music had better be good.
Skyer would hardly be dancing the leading role if it wasn't.
Wow.
Heart of Fire, music by Andrew Palmer.
Our professor at the academy.
There he is, Palmer!
Jesus Christ. Settle. This is before the days of health and safety, clearly. The days when people almost kill themselves to see an orchestra.
We know him.
Play Peter and the Wolf.
You don't think that he lifted it? Of course not.
Shh. Isabel, Countess of Neston. Do come along and bring Mr. Blah with you.
Vicky?
Oh, is this Moira Shearer? Or is this...
Vicky?
No, I reckon it's this girl.
Lermontov's coming.
I say, that's yours too, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I wonder if this inspired Black Swan in any way. Because this girl up in the balcony seems kind of like the ingenue who wants to, like, be the next big thing and would do anything to get there.
So we meet the great man at last.
I've asked my niece to dance for us tonight. What would you call that?
A shock.
Nepotism.
You know, Mr. Lermontov, I wouldn't dream of boring you with the performance of an amateur. My niece has been dancing leading roles for some time now.
For me, it is a religion. And one doesn't really care to see one's religion practiced in an atmosphere such as this.
So this guy seems like a bit of a snob. Rude.
Attractive brute.
Yeah, he's a bit of a Everyone does look fabulous, I have to admit. Look fabulous, darling.
You know, at parties, everybody's supposed to be very happy. Still, as far as go, I think it might have been worse.
Do you?
Where it appears to be treated to a little dancing exhibition. But now I understand where to be spared that horror.
Mr. Lermontov, I am that horror.
Awkward.
Terribly sorry.
But you're not sorry I didn't dance, are you?
Miss Page, if I accept an invitation to a party, I do not expect to find myself at an audition.
That's fair.
Why do you want to dance?
Why do you want to live?
I must.
That's my answer, too.
Wow, look at that dressing gown, I assume.
What is it, Dimitri?
Oh, it is a young man called Craster. He has been here 100 times, and 100 times I have told him you are asleep.
Show him in and serve breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yes?
Last night I wrote you a letter. I'd like to have it back before you read it, please.
Unfortunately, Mr. Cross, I have already read this letter. You say you've written a string quartet and a piano concerto. Would you care to play me something?
He's got red hair as well, same as the girl. And these two guys are both wearing green.
I'm thinking of orchestrating it and putting it into an opera I'm working on.
But have you finished already? By the way, I need a new coach for the orchestra. Would the idea interest you?
Yeah.
£8 a week and expenses.
£8?
Yes, marvelous. Thank you.
Wow, that was easy.
The Heart of Fire is your work, isn't it? But it is much more disheartening to have to steal than to be stolen from.
So did he steal parts of that guy's music and he's like saying, yeah, I stole it, but you wrote it, so you're the better person kind of thing?
What a corker.
Oi, you'll pardon me.
This is the way to the stage, isn't it?
What name?
Julian Craster.
Morning, George.
Oh, bonjour, madame. You know, they've been looking all over London for you this morning.
Oh, flute.
That's what I said.
Julian
Craster.
Oh, is she the woman who was dancing last night?
Proud of me, young man.
This guy Cresta kind of, it looks like the Joker or something. If you put some white paint on him, he's got that
I'm afraid I don't know very much about ballet.
grin.
They are all there. Make your choice.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a comic book villain. I don't know why.
Excuse me, can you tell me who's in charge here?
No idea, mate.
Excuse me, can you tell me who's in
Don't
charge
ask me
here?
anything, young man. I'm just somebody's mother.
Wow, well, pretty bitter in the theatre, aren't they?
Mr. Lermontov asked me to come here this morning.
Why?
He's engaged me.
Not as a dancer, I hope.
Take a wild guess that he's the choreographer.
And today she's only 43 minutes late. Who are you?
Victoria Page. I expect Mr. Lermontov has spoken to you about me.
Gosh, I'm awfully posh.
And now, unhappy girl, will you please go to the far corner of the stage? Jackie!
I want to rehearse the first act of Heart of Fire. Will everybody not concerned leave the stage, please?
So I've learned everyone's thoroughly miserable. They're all a bit stuck up. Not quite sure why this girl wants to work there, to be honest.
Good morning, Mr. Lermontov.
Here, we must do something about this foreground, please, here. The girls last night had hardly room to move. Lubov was right, after all.
Aha, Lubov!
Lubov is always right, we know.
Why don't you go and wait over there with the others? Ivan?
So is she going to get these magic shoes and they're going to help her dance, but in return she kind of like loses her soul in the process? I'm getting that vibe. Again, like Black Swan, which I love, by the way. But where did she get the red shoes from, is the question. Wonder if Moira Shearer was a dancer before she was cast in this. Well, that's why she was cast in this.
I think that will do. The brass could do with your attention, Craster, tomorrow.
Gentlemen, I'm very sorry to bring you here so early in the morning. Oh, by the way, trumpets. Have you got an E natural?
No, I've got an E flat.
Ah, makes all the difference, doesn't it? And, E...
So the guy with the wonky eye, he was the conductor last night, wasn't he?
Mr. Craster, precisely what is going on? Do you realize, by calling the orchestra 1 hour early, that we should have to pay them?
May I see that wrong note in the score, please?
Good morning, Miss Page.
Oh, good morning, Evan.
Say what you will about the 1940s, but everyone did look incredible.
Good morning, Peter.
Well, hello, Vicky.
I hope we haven't kept you waiting.
No, not at all. Oh, Boris, I don't think you met a friend of mine, Vicky Page.
I did.
Well, I don't know if it's the film stock or the makeup they put, but everyone looks kind of pasty, kind of like powdery. I don't know if that's deliberate or just how they did makeup at that time.
Yes, she may dance.
If you see me reach over, it's because my cat's here sleeping. That's funny. They used that shot in Black Swan as well, so they're obviously really influenced by this film. Now she looks pasty, but deliberately. It's the same dance I do on Payday. Yeah, she must have been a dancer before she was cast in this.
Good morning, my dear young ladies. As you know, the bell is leaving at Saturday for Paris. To those whom we must regretfully leave behind, please, don't be discouraged. Yes. And may I thank you four ladies very much for the hard work you've done this year?
Vicky, he means us.
Tiens, comme ça. Oh, à le toucher par la terre. Sans blague. Ouais.
Not a fan of ballet, I take it. I don't speak French, but that's... He didn't seem that impressed. Is that a matte painting above them? It's really good if it is.
Listen, I am fiancée. I get married.
You do what now? Oh, married.
Richard, darling, do you hate me?
I could never hate you.
Do you hit me? Oh, does that mean she's going to leave now and Redhead is going to want her job?
He has no heart.
Yeah, what's his dealio? So he just like reached his peak and he's like so over it now.
Mr. Craster, I have a job for you.
Well, coaching an orchestra is not exactly a young composer's dream, is it?
I'm afraid the job I have for you may not be exactly a young composer's dream either.
That's the name of the film.
It is the story of a girl who is devoured by an ambition to attend a dance in a pair of red shoes. At the end of the evening, she gets tired. But the red shoes dance up.
What happens in the end?
Oh, and then she dies?
Yes, I remember.
So is it like a metaphor for like obsession?
Now I would like to see, Mr. Craster, what you can do in the way of a little rewriting.
Oh, she's like, gives a job.
The dancer who relies upon human love will never be a great dancer.
Also reminds me of that film. Was it Marilyn Monroe? Was it All About Eve? I think I want to say it was about like an actress. Someone was trying to take her spot, kind of thing. I think that came after this though. Pardon?
Maurice.
Adieu.
Oh, that's cold.
Now you'll be able to sleep as long as you like.
And you? Now you will be calm. The class will start on time.
So much passive aggressiveness. Something tells me she got out at the right time. Something bad's going to happen. He's like, I don't speak French.
Messieurs, je vous présente Miss Victoria Page qui vient de nous joindre.
You have already visited Monte Carlo, mademoiselle?
Yes, I was here last season with my aunt.
Yes, I'm posh. I've been everywhere.
Bonsoir, mademoiselle.
Damn! There's a lot of red and green in this film. I think I said that earlier, but I'm guessing these are specific colours chosen. Maybe those are fairy tale colours. I don't know.
Monte, mademoiselle.
Who's she going to see again? Is it the weird vampire guy? This has a very Beauty and the Beast vibe. The like princess visiting the castle. That is a lot of steps. She'll get to touch her.
Oh, there you are, Miss Page. Will you come in here, please?
I was just going out, Mr. Lermontov, when I got your message.
Everyone talks like Edna from The Incredibles. You look fabulous, darling.
You're preparing a new ballet, and I've decided to give you a chance and let you dance the principal part in it. The rest, of course, is up to you. We shall start work early tomorrow morning. I suggest you now forget all about your party and go straight home to bed.
Yes, I will.
I actually just got here. They're like, thank you for coming. Goodbye.
I've got a part.
A new ballet? What ballet? The Red Shoes.
This guy's like straight out of like 1940s comic book villain. You can imagine him in like a Batman comic or something.
We need a score. Something like this.
And where's the orchestration?
When do you want it?
Yesterday.
I'm pretty sure that's a matte painting background. Okay, it's still pretty good.
Why aren't you in bed?
Oh, you gave me quite a fright. I was much too excited to sleep.
I have IBS.
I'm just working on the score of my new ballet, The Red Shoes.
Is that my ballet, too?
Yes, I suppose it is.
So we spent more time with the two conductor dudes rather than redhead here. I forget her name.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Lermontov. I'm going to call him Lermontov.
She's putting too much into it. Why don't you tell her, Grisha?
Yeah, designs.
Okay, he designs the costumes.
She starts the pirouette a beat too early.
The tempo's wrong. It's too fast.
It's the right tempo.
Of course.
She'll be all right.
I hope so. We are trying to create something of beauty.
I think that guy's just jealous because she's better than better than him.
Come on, let me see your sketches.
Déjeuner.
Gotta say, that look is working for her.
C'est un animal.
I don't hate it.
Do you still think I can do it?
Well, at the moment you look as if you are finding it a little difficult. The great impression of simplicity can only be achieved by a great agony of body and spirit. You don't want to ruin your breathing, do you?
What the f does water have to do with breathing?
Mr. Kraus, at the piano.
Do you usually have a musical accompaniment to your meals, Mr. Lermontov?
No, Miss Page, I do not. Mr. Kraus is going to play the Red Shoes music for you until we open.
I see.
I don't get this Lermontov guy. He's like, he doesn't seem to care about anything, but at the same time, he's like, he must be perfect.
Look, do you mind not playing that just for the moment, please?
It's the right tempo.
If you were a dancer, you'd know that
Just a
nothing
minute.
matters.
Nothing matters but the music. Aren't you going to imagine anything on the first night?
Yes, war between me and the audience.
My music will pull you through it.
It's too fast.
You would not find it too fast.
My downbeat marks a pause. You come in on the second beat.
Impossible.
Inconceivable.
You see this pattern?
Yes.
Well, follow it.
Victoria Page. That guy.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Dance whatever tempo you like. I'll follow you.
Now they're friends again.
Good luck, Mr. Kraus, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Lermontov.
Nervous?
No.
Elephants. My decor.
Calm yourself, sir.
But the delight.
Jesus, what a drama queen. I guess he is in the theatre. So. Fair enough.
Best of luck, Miss Page.
I can't even remember my first entrance.
Oh, you mean you think you can't remember it?
Yes, that's it.
Beg your pardon.
The music is all that matters, and nothing but the music. If I had any doubts about you at all, I should be nervous. Am I nervous?
No.
Good luck, my dear.
Oh, that was cool. I like how it just went to like silence after all that chaos. Now you will dance until you die. No capes.
What?
I was thinking of Edna from The Incredibles again. Is that like a giant spider's web? Interesting. So much frolicking. Okay, what the I have no idea what's going on, but it's very pretty. Another brilliant matte painting. That's a cool shot. It's very insidious. So many cool shots in this. Oh, that's cool. She must be on a wire. That is cool. It's very Wizard of Oz. I love it. Hello? I can see why Scorsese loves this. I mean, from a cinematography point of view, it's just stunning. Oh, I'm getting teary-eyed. It's so, it's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
It's been a long day and I'm very tired as well, so that's probably partly why. Suddenly gone all gothic. I love it. I love a bit of goth. Ick. Even the editing style, like in Scorsese films, especially like Shutter Island and stuff, they're like sudden, jagged cut to a close-up, and then it's clearly inspired by this, I think. Wait a minute, I thought you couldn't take them off. Or is she dead? Did she dance herself to death? Get away with your creepy red shoes. Yeah, no. No, thank you, no. We're not clapping for you. Just got to do this, what, like 5 times a week, something like that? I don't know.
Any swelling? I'm in the head.
Now I tell you the truth. It was good.
Thank you, Mr. Lubov.
Boris Lermontov wants to see you.
Oh, no, it's fine. Thank you so much for ringing me. Always have time for congratulations. Mais laissez-moi parler, je vous en prie. Vous voyez que je téléphone, hein?
Not sure your pants are high enough, sir.
Book by Marcel Lucien.
All right, pushy. Pushy McGee.
Sit down. I want to talk to you about your future.
Again with the green and red. Green means envy, right? And red means passion. So that makes sense.
I want to create, to make a great dancer out of you. What do you want from life?
To dance.
La boutique, we create them all afresh with you. You should... You will do the dancing.
Sounds exhausting. So she does all the work dancing, and this guy makes all the moolah.
What's wrong with the theatre? It's too small.
I wonder if this film's on 4K. Add to wish list. Why do ballet dancers always wear white?
Good night, Boris.
Never trust a Boris.
Which is esteemed to be the very best restaurant this year on the coast?
La Réserve.
Book me a table.
Book yourself a table, mate. Phone's right there.
Julian, I never said goodnight to Lermontov.
So far, this is all like leading up to the big dance, the leading role for Victoria. But now we've had that, so it's like, it's kind of treading water a bit now. It's like, what's going to happen? That bottle will probably last me about 2 days. Okay, 1.
Oh, cheers for Boris Lermontov.
Boo!
It appears that the great Miss Page is not with us.
Don't you miss another member of our happy little family.
Oh, is she having a fling with the conductor guy? Oh, is Lermontov going to be jealous because he kind of like has a thing for her as well?
They are young, they are together, and they are in love.
Uh-oh. The old day for night shooting. So they just film it during the day and then they just take all the colours down so it looks really dark. But you can still see everything.
I've decided I do believe in destiny after all. Koshi.
Oh, it's the driver. It's asleep at the wheel.
Koshi.
Do horses like go off the road if you're asleep like that? Or do they just naturally like know not to do that? Well, now we know something terrible is going to happen. Can't have happiness in a film. I know this music, isn't this Tchaikovsky? La Fleur de Mouse or something.
Good evening, Mr. Lermontov. Afraid the score's still a bit rough.
What is all this I hear about you and Miss Page? We're in love. She's not, however, a great dancer yet. I have had time to look at your latest efforts. Vulgar and completely insignificant.
Oui, Monsieur Lermontov?
Mr. Craster's leaving the company.
But he's kind of shooting himself in the foot because this guy's music and Victoria's dancing is what's made the show such a success. Well, I can't speak.
That boy, Julian, is really gifted.
Julian Craster's leaving the company.
I am through with it. I resign.
Oh, whole show's unraveling now. Is that a matte painting as well? It's really hard to tell, which means it's good.
But it might feel different in the morning. He's leaving for Paris by the 8:15 train.
That was a cool cut. So many good cuts and camera shots in this film.
Has the famous Miss Page come to see me off?
I'd like to talk to you.
Is she going to cut her boyfriend loose just because she wants to be a star?
I thought once that there would be no room in my life for anything but dancing. But if Julian goes, I shall go too.
Okay. I should have given her more credit.
I could make you one of the greatest dancers the world has ever known.
Goodbye, Mr. Lermontov.
She called your bluff.
I'm coming with you!
Careful, Jesus Christ. Ooh, married. You did it to yourself, mate. If you hadn't fired choreographer guy, then Victoria left anyway, just because you were jealous.
You're late.
All finished. I have the injunction.
The green and red again.
You can dance when and where she likes, except the red shoes.
Like me to arrange a meeting with Irina?
Oh, Boris!
Well, she's not going to want to come back because she left dancing to get married, so...
Good season?
With the ballet Lermontov, always.
Grisha, please come in and wait.
From Vicky.
From Vicky?
This is from Julian. It's all about his new opera. It describes the whole structure.
Is Lermontov going to steal his idea? So that's like how they met. Like Lermontov used parts of Thingy's score.
Read, Boris.
Good night, children.
Good night.
On second thoughts, I think I would like to read those letters.
She calls him a monster.
Why would you send that to these guys? Because you know he's going to steal it. Green bed sheets, of course. Red hair, green sheets. Separate beds, of course, because this is 1948. So really, Lermontov is the main character, because he seems to be the person we focus on the most. So we haven't followed these two with their new endeavours at the opera. What? She's wearing heels to bed. She went to bed in full makeup as well. Or was that just Lermontov imagining all that?
Lady Neston was in front tonight, and Miss Page is joining her next week for a short holiday.
He's like, sweet. So what's he going to do then? Like, apologise and try to get her back? Green and red again.
What are you doing again?
Waiting for you, of course. Won't you sit down? But you know, my dear Vicky, how I'm always looking for great dancers.
It's like a vampire. It's like so pale and like
What I've missed.
always hiding under shades and a hat.
I was hoping that by now you would have started to miss us. You're happy?
Yes, very happy.
As a dance, I mean.
I haven't danced very much, you know.
Oh, I know. I know every time you have danced.
Even with the lighting, he's like in shadow and she's like
It's in rehearsal now.
in the light.
Would he give it up if you ask him?
I don't know.
You do know.
I wouldn't ask him.
Then why is he asking you? Does he know?
And he's standing over her so he has the power.
We are preparing a new ballet. Nobody else has ever danced the red shoes since you left. Put on the red shoes, Vicky.
I regret to announce that Mr. Julian Craster, the composer, has been suddenly taken ill.
Ah.
You left your first night.
Yes? Why didn't you?
Lost.
Alright, steady on.
There's a train going for Paris at 8 o'clock. We'll be on it together.
So she didn't tell him that she was coming back to do this.
Good evening, Mr. Craster. Won't they be missing you at Covent Garden tonight?
For God's sake, leave me alone, both of you.
You can dance anywhere else in the whole world.
That's a good point.
And would you make her a great dancer as well? Never.
Well, Vicky,
I love you, Julian.
but you love that more. Vicky.
Work or love. I would go with love, to be honest.
Goodbye then, my darling.
You have made the wrong choice.
Julian!
You've sold your soul to the devil.
Monsieur Lermontov, peut-on commencer l'ouverture?
I don't speak French. I scared my cat.
Vicky, there it is, all waiting for you.
She's like, this is a bit creepy. Well, now she's going to be even more distracted on the stage, so she's not going to give a good performance, is she? It's a lose-lose situation. What's happening? Oh, that's a cool shot. Oh no, she's going to get hit by a car or a train or something. Oh, what the f***? What the f***? Why? I know the red shoes made her do it, but... yeah, she jumped in front of a train, yeah. They're like...
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Page is unable to dance
Because...
nor indeed any other nights.
Because she may have jumped in front of a train. So they're just going to do the whole show without her. That's not creepy at all. Okay, just going to show her. Okay. What? Wait, she's not dead. What? What?
Take off the red shoes.
Oh, these are dying words. It fini. All the credits are silent. That's creepy. I love it. Yeah, so that was the red shoes. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was, I mean, just purely on the cinematography, the lighting, the editing, costumes, all that was just, that alone was just stunning and definitely worth watching. And like I said in the commentary, I can see why Scorsese loves it so much. I can see echoes of it in his work. Like I said, Shutter Island, for example. Kind of long, like wide shots and then suddenly cut into a crash, close up and then cut back to something else. That's very much from this film, I feel like. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's weird that the protagonist is the main guy, Lemontov, I call him. Lemonov. Whereas you'd think it should be Victoria Page, because you think she'd be the main character, but it doesn't really. There are long patches where we don't really follow her, or the I keep forgetting his name, the conductor guy who she falls in love with. They kind of went off and did their own thing, like creating a new opera or whatever. But we stayed with Lemontov and him like simmering and like growing jealous and trying to think of ways to bring her back. I mean, I kind of knew she died at the end because, you know, I don't know much about the story, but I do know in the red shoes, you know, she dances to death. That's the whole kind of... So that wasn't a huge surprise. And I liked the way they kind of made it feel like the shoes really were possessed in real life, and they kind of followed her feet as she ran out as if she had no control over it. Yeah. I mean, pacing-wise, it was a little bit uneven. Like, the big main dance came like halfway through the movie. That felt like kind of like the end of the second act. And then there's a really long third act where kind of like everyone broke off into different places, and then Lemontov tried to bring them back together, but in doing so he kind of destroyed her marriage. But then she could have told her husband, like, oh, Lemontov wants me to come back for a bit to dance, is that okay? But instead she didn't even tell him, and he kind of figured it out and turned up on opening night. So it was like a big mess, and it could have gone a different way. So a lot of egos involved, a lot of like I said, the use of the two colours green and red, like envy and passion. I thought that was really well done, and I mean, I assume that's what the colours represent. I could be wrong. They also represent Christmas, I think, but I don't think this had anything to do with Christmas. Yeah, no, visually, I loved it. I mean, the big dance halfway through, I mean, I think I got a bit teary-eyed. It was just so stunning. The technicolour, anything technicolour, just like takes your breath away. I don't know what it is about it. It's just the colours really pop more than even like films today. Yeah, so aesthetically, to use a big word, I loved it. it looked amazing. Story-wise, like I said, it was a bit uneven, and it didn't follow Moira Shearer as much as I expected. I thought it'd be a bit more like Black Swan, which I said I think was heavily inspired by this film. Black Swan, you follow the dancer Natalie Portman through the whole thing, whereas this kind of focused more on the men. And I think that's more a sign of the times, 1948. Focusing on female protagonists is a much more recent thing, sadly. And even still today, big action films with female leads tend to struggle. Not all, but some. And that's a shame. But yeah, I'm really glad I watched this. I loved it. So thanks for watching with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, like and subscribe. You can watch the full-length version on my Patreon. I've got 2 tiers on Patreon. I've got the regular, which is I think it's $3.50 a month, so very low. But I've also got a second tier, which is slightly more, like $14.50, where you can nominate a specific film that you want me to watch, and I'll watch it if I haven't seen it already. So that's kind of cool. So whenever I sign up for Patreon for reaction channels I follow, those kind of cool perks are usually already gone, like sold out. Yeah, so I'll see you next time. This is Tom signing off.